Jai Hind students, I hope you all are well and utilizing the time for studying new books and definitely new chapters. So today I am back with the second module of new questions and ideas. As in the previous module we discussed about Gautam Buddha. Now we will discuss in this module about definitely the preaching of Gautam Buddha along with some other thinkers also who thought what actually did they think about life. Right, for example, around the time that Buddha was preaching and perhaps a little earlier, other thinkers also tried to find answers to difficult questions. Some of them wanted to know about life after death, and others wanted to know why sacrifices should be performed. Many of these thinkers felt that there was something permanent in the universe that would last even after death. And they described this as Atman and Brahman. Atman means individual soul and Brahman means the universal soul. They believed that ultimately both the Atman and Brahman were one only. Now if we talk about Upanishad, actually they were the thinkers only who later on all these thoughts were written down, penned down in the Upanishads. The literally meaning of Upanishad is approaching and sitting near. And the text contain all the conversations between the teachers and the students. Whatever they had the discussion regarding the life, regarding Atman, regarding Brahman and all. Often ideas were presented through simple dialogues. Most Upanishadic thinkers were men, especially Brahmin and Rajas, but there were few exceptions. For example, Gargi and Satyakama Jabala. Gargi was very famous for her learning and participated in the debate also, which was held in the royal courts. And Satyakama Jabala was the son of a slave woman Zabali, and he had a deep desire to learn about the reality. That is why he was accepted as a student of Brahmin teacher named Gautama. Here one more important point which is to be discussed about the grammar. It was the time when the most famous person known as Panini, who prepared the grammar for Sanskrit. He arranged the vowels and consonants in a special order and then used this to create formula like as we find in the algebra. He used this to write down the rules of the languages in short formulas. Now we should talk about Jainism. This was the time when the last and the 24th Tirthankara of the Jainas, known as Vardhamana Mahavira, Mahavir Jain, also spread his message around this time, that is 2500 years ago. He was also a Kshatriya prince and he was prince of Licchavis group. Licchavis, that was a group that was the part of Vaji Sangha. As Buddha was the prince of Shakyagana, he was the prince of Vaji Sangha and that group was known as Licchavish. Now we should know something about Mahavir, Vardhamana Mahavira. As Buddha also left his home and all the comforts, Mahavira also did the same thing. He at the age of 30, he also left home and went to live in a forest. For 12 years, he wandered, and after leading a hard and lonely life, at the end of this 12th year, he attained the enlightenment. He had few simple doctrines, that is Ahimsa, Satya, Asateya, Aparigraha and Brahmacharya, that is celibacy. Like men and women who wish to know, they must follow the truth. They cannot say lie. Second thing, they must follow very strictly the rules of Ahimsa. For example, not hurting or killing any kind of living beings. All beings, said Mahavira, long to live, and to all those things life is dear. That was her verdict. Ordinary people could understand the teaching of Mahavira and his followers because he also used, just like Buddha, the Prakrit language. That was the ordinary language, and the Prakrit language as per the region was different. For example, here the Prakrit of Magadha was known as Magadhi. Followers of Mahavira were also known as Jainas, and they also had to lead a very simple life, begging for food, and they had to be absolutely honest and were especially asked not to steal. They also had to observe celibacy life, and men had to give up everything including their clothes. There were several places like Jainism was supported mainly by traders, farmers who had to kill insects to protect their crops, found it more difficult to follow the rules. But yes, nevertheless, everybody, the people who could not join the sanghas or who could not join the become the monk, they, by leading a family life, they supported all those monks who used to wander from one place to another place for teaching the people. Now we will talk about the similarities of Buddha and Mahavira's teaching. What were the similarities between the teaching of Lord Buddha, Gautam Buddha, and Mahavira? Language, they both used the same language, that is Prakrit, that was the ordinary language. They both used to belong the prince families. They both denied God and Vedas. They accepted the power of action, that is karma, rebirth and moksha. They opposed animal sacrifices. People from all castes were accepted. There were no varna system, and rites were also conducted. They were divided into two sects. Three texts in both, like Vinaya Pitaka, the rules of Buddhist sanghas were written down here, penned down here. Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitak, Buddhism, that was also. Anga, Upanga and Mula Grihita, that was known as Jainism. The rules of Jainism was written down in these books. Tirtha, like Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, this was known as Buddhism. And right philosophy, right knowledge and right character was followed by Jainism. So these were the similarities. Now this much only for today. Now we will discuss about Sangha and different monasteries in the coming module. Till then, goodbye. Jai Hind.